Alrighty, are we working? Are we working? It is looking like it is finally working. This has been like 40 minutes. Oh my goodness. I don't know what was wrong with my computer. I don't know how I fixed it. It's magic, everyone. It is magical. So, welcome back to yet another Candy Egg stream. I gotta say my whole thing. It is Candy Eggs, everyone's eighth or so favorite queer, probably. Um, I should probably check on my phone to make sure this is working, but for now, I am just gonna assume that it is working. Welcome, we have Bloody Pigeon and, ooh, difficult thing to say, Gehemes. Gehemes. I am an expert pronouncer. That is why I pronounce all the dinosaur names strangely. So hopefully, can I get anyone and everyone who is here to agree that it is working? Because I really want to make sure everything is going smoothly. I spent so long trying to set this up. Nothing was working. OBS was like, your drivers aren't working. And then I tried to update my drivers and it was like, oopsies, we give a perfectly pitch black screen. And I just kept clicking things and now it is working. Either way, we have something going on up in here. We are working on a really big cover crawler today. It's got a little guy. Let me turn on the sketch. Okay, computer didn't explode. We are a go. So it's a pretty big fellow, and then we got a little critter, a little prey critter in its mouth, essentially. Yeah, that is pretty much what we have going on here. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to grab my phone just to ensure everything is working fine. If you are watching this after the fact, feel free to skip forward like 5 minutes or so to the stuff actually happening. So many computer issues. And I am not very smart with the computer issues. Granted, I am not very smart in general. That is just how we are. How do I get to my channel on my phone? There it is. Okay, well it says it is live. It says it is live. Let me listen to my melodious voice. I'm not very smart with the computer issues. Granted, I am not very smart in general. Wow, everything is working fantastic. That is amazing. Okay, we are ready to go. As I clench my forehead in defeated exhaustion, it is time to mark the screen with imaginary pencils. Turn down that opacity so we can start really drawing on it. So, let me see. How do I talk about this? First of all, Merry Monday. If you're watching this in the future, it's still Monday. Just go ask Garf. The Garfield. The Garf. The Garf. I've been watching Quentin reviews Garfield stuff again. If you haven't seen those are wonderful, wonderful multi-hour long videos. I would greatly recommend. So let me just make sure everything on my desk is working. Also, just so everyone has like that perfect grasp of the current situation your old pal Candied Egg has going on right now, I don't have a computer desk. Now that might sound odd considering I am on the computer, but what everyone really ought to know is that this is not a computer desk, this is an art desk. This is like a painter, or not a painter, a like pencil drawing desk where the whole thing like flips up so you can draw on it like that. Nobody can see my hand gestures. I just have my computer on it, which is like a hilarious visual, but it is very inconvenient and there's not too much room on this desk. Also, part of the desk is filled with random crap, just as we like it. But the main goal for this painting, I was going to have it be very, very symmetrical. But I opted for not doing that because it looked really dumb and unnatural. But the main central bit, I guess you would call it, the main bit is still symmetrical. So where is my nice pencil-y looking one? There we go. I like to use this tool. I don't know how to zoom in on it. The Pencil 6 Quick Shade would definitely recommend Pencil 6 Quick Shade. Welcome, Falcarius 1. Welcome back, I should say. Hello. What is that? That is an excellent question. This is a cover crawler. A real big one. A real big and predatory one, because it's grabbed this one and its wee little starfish-looking creature fist. Most all of the creatures for this project have fit into a square, but I think this one has a commanding enough presence to, like, require the full screen in the YouTube video once it is actually part of it. Let's go ahead and start with its nasty looking jaws. Ooh, that did not work. Oh, that's because I am on the wrong layer. This is the middle layer. We have a system. Okay, good. It actually started working. I thought for a second it wasn't, but no, we are good. I kind of like to outline what we're working with a little bit, so that we can get a better grasp. Pardon. Would we turn off the guide? Hope everyone's ready for Candy Eggs talks very slowly and reiteratively. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks good. For anyone who is particularly curious what is going on right here, these three are simple eyes, and then this is like the breathy hole, because they have repeated breathy holes. And so, like, this is sort of a face, but then, like, also each foot is also sort of a face. It's fun. We have fun here. We have fun with the Exobiology project. Should it be symmetrical? You know what, yeah. Part of the artistic process is just, like, making it go fast enough to warrant making this many paintings. I, more often than not, spend way too long on the paintings, but I need to start getting them out faster because I do not have nearly as much as I would prefer. And then we've sort of got the under part. Let's kind of define the depth. There we go. And then we just kind of got the underside of the stomach type area. Let's hit the fat save. Everyone should save constantly. Save every couple brush strokes lest you die. Your computer will conk out on its own, upon its own volition, solely to destroy your happiness and enjoyment. Welcome, Andrew. Welcome back. It's good to see you too. I'm glad that we've got a couple people coming back, even though it is on a Monday, but this is the day where I typically have as little going on as is possible, and there's not many people in the house, especially at this time, which is why we're doing it right now, so I can sort of talk obnoxiously loud and not have any interruptions. Whee! And then there'll be another eye cluster of simple eyes up there. Alright, I'm gonna call you GT, bud, because I am gonna butcher your username every single time. You know, the mouth looks a little bit sus. But it's a really cool looking creature. Thank you very much. It does look sus. And the worst part is that I didn't realize that until after I finished all the paintings from the last episode. And I was just like, okay, well, I really wanted to to commit to this group. It does look like this, and we are all going to deal with it. All right, that's not where it is. We got sort of like a radula. Actually, let's put it inside its mouth. I don't really know what radulas look like on the inside. I'll kind of guesstimate there. Let's draw some of the teeths in here. So this creature is something which is called an osteophage. And you may or may not have heard that word before, and you may have heard it under multiple, almost confusing contexts. That is because osteophagy doesn't really have a fine-tuned definition. It's sort of like osteophagy is just like creatures that eat things that are very hard, if that makes sense. So like things like Tyrannosaurus is an osteophage. It is adapted for eating bones. Things like hyena are also adapted to eating bones, and they are too osteophages. But then you have animals animals that are specialized for crushing shells. Those are also osteophages. Things like that. It is interesting, but that is why its teeth are very round and blunt. It's sort of like another osteophage is not Geosaurus. What is it called? Globidens. Yes, Globidens is a mosasaur with crushing teeth that ate things like clams, and that's fun. That there's a lizard that eats clams. The caiman lizard is kind of close. It eats snails. It's almost the same. Except it's not a mosasaur, believe it or not. Caiman lizards look interesting. They kind of look like cartoons. Anyways, let's check how we're looking. Very nice, very nice. Love how intimidating it looks from the front. I think I'm going to cut down a little bit of this. Down here. Oops, that is the color. We need the eraser. Yeah, let's cut this down a bit. Whee! And then we can travel on over here. Let's get rid of this little jowly bit. Yes. God. Oh, that's right. Candy Eggs is tired at 12:30 p.m. It's just the way it is. Alright, let's turn that back on. Let's get a little bit the leggy bit. Actually, is the leggy bit too different on both sides to do this symmetrical ways? Kind of is. I'll just do it like to this extent maybe. Let's see how this is looking. Yeah, I'll just do it to this extent. Awesome possum. Let's get a little bit of that height increase. Whoa, can I get like that spider-like raised bit above the head? Granted, it has multiple of those, but it's looking cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's add some more bumpy bits. We love the bumpy bits. Kind of makes them look like crabs, which is always fun. I like how they just kind of like have random bumply bits. Add a little bit of definition between the mouth plates. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. I think it's time we start working on that was the wrong layer. Yes, here it is. It's time we start working on more like defined, more committed shading. Wait, I forgot to do stuff here. There is in fact another eye cluster, whatever you want to call it, right here. Let's make sure that's like the same scale. Looking good. Now let's go ahead and define that little head capsule part again. And That is looking pretty cool. Oh, we got a blue profile picture. Hello, PA Nika. How are you doing today? GT asks, how big is that creature? That is an excellent question. To be honest, a lot of the designs in this project are sort of floating around as this singular drawing, and only when I actually start writing it do I really start defining how big things are, what they actually do, what they are called even. They all have placeholder names, by the way, right now, except for a couple of groups, but I cannot spoil those because nobody has seen them yet, and it is very exciting. But this creature is labeled, its placeholder name is Mega Carnivore Cover Crawling, and so it is one of the largest of the cover crawlers, which are essentially crabs, right? They're like crab starfish, basically. So it's probably not approaching like the biggest crabs in the world, but it's probably like at least 2 feet wide, right? Like the way that it's standing, this would be like 2 feet wide. It could be bigger than that though. We will just have to see. Chickadee Stevenson is here for the stream. Welcome on in. God, Candy Eggs is oh so tired all of the time. That's just how it is. I should probably go outside today, but I need to work on my thing. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with the mouth. I don't really know what the inside of the mouth looks like. Yeah, this is the kind of thing where you just kind of draw the pencil, and you're just like, well, it's a dark space, no one will see it. But now I sort of need to define this. What does the inside of a snail's mouth look like? Homestuck. What? Snail mouth anatomy. No, that's not a snail. Oh, I almost spelled tonsil. I hope everyone likes how I type with my 2 middle fingers like a goblin. Informative. Okay, so they don't really like open their mouths, I guess, but okay. Oops. I'm trying to think how I do want to, because they have like a plate up there. And then they have the radula. I guess I should. Okay, so the pocket feels necessary for the radula to like slip out like that. So we can sort of recreate that pocket with the radula. Okay, and then the throat is sort of at the top. That makes sense. Let's go ahead and fix that up. Oh, Chickadee Steven says it's a radula. So I don't want to copy it one to one. So I just really wanted to get like a grasp of how conceptually it should hypothetically work, so that I can recreate it that way. And let's sort of get like this keyhole shape. That looks cool. Yeah. 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 One of the best things about this. Let's add like the rasping surface. That looks cool. One of the best things about using this like very scratchy pencil-y type thing is I can use the eraser anytime I want, and it will look exactly the same texture and everything. So the really dark bit. The insides of creatures' mouths is very interesting. Like, if you have never gazed deep into the throat of a bird, you should. They're very derived, and they have very strange looking anatomy there. Let's add some like tendrily bits there. Yeah, that looks scary. That looks scary enough. Alright, let's keep going. I have been so sick lately, and it just is never ending. I don't know what sickness I had. I almost don't want to know, but it's been crazy. Like, I've been sneezing and everything, coughing and sneezing and phlegming, and we love these descriptions for so long, and it's just never ending. I'm like pretty fine. It's just like every once in a while I go into like a sneezing fit or a coughing fit, and it's very, very odd. That's nicely textured. I like how that's facing directly at the camera. This horrifying, horrifying thing. Chickadee Stevenson, I require to see the inside of my cat's mouth when he yawns big. That is true. I remember when I had my rabbit, she used to yawn like that. And if you know anything about rabbits, I probably talked about rabbits before. Every time I do a live stream, I just like instantly forget all of the information I say. But rabbits very rarely yawn. And they look so cute when they do it. I would just like crouch next to her in vain hopes that she would yawn, and I only got it on camera like once. Okay, I'm liking this. Let's sort of add some shading so it looks more like a demon pit. Okay. That is a terrifying chasm. Wouldn't you just like to put your finger into that? It'd probably feel like a stony crab's pinch. Yeah. I imagine that their jaws kind of work like shark jaws, where like the jaw isn't attached to the base. It just kind of like comes out. That's what I imagine. Actually, they might not even have like a solid jaw. The way I draw it, kind of like bends their mouth. So it's kind of like they just have teeth in this really muscular piece. Might have to explore that at some point. Very few of them have like actual anatomical drawings. B.A. Naika says, blech, last week most of the members of your sport performance club fell ill. Oh no. Fortunately, most of you guys got better before your performance this weekend. That is very close. That is very close. I am very glad for that. My sister does a lot of not sports, but musicals and stuff. And that is a surprisingly common occurrence. That everyone just gets immediately sick at the exact same time. Like one person starts it and then it just, a curse befalls everyone. So that is very fortunate timing that everybody, or at least most people, turned out fine. Oh, GT says it was a link to a picture. Can I click links? Yeah, I think we tried this last time. Like the YouTube chat does not accept links from my end. It might from other people's though. Let me see. As I sniff violently into the camera because I am sick, but also because the inside of my nose. Okay, well now we need a fun drawing. The inside of my nose. You know how people's noses look like this on the inside? Well, mine looks like that. And we have fun here. It's probably also why my voice sounds like this. So we cope. When I went to get my wisdom teeth out at the dentist, the people there were like legitimately surprised that my bones looked like that. It was a time. It was a time. I did not out myself back then. I was a little bit worried I would, but then I was like surprisingly lucid the entire time. Which was, fortunate. Oh, Arthur. This is my brain. You can hear the very cogs in my brain like clattering against each other, like somebody dropped a spoon in all the cogs. Are there any creatures living on, under, in the polar sea ice of this project? There is indeed. Now, this is something that I have contemplated talking about in this episode, but I might save it for the next episode, because the next episode is probably going to be the Piscean Age Part 2, if we're being honest. But if y'all remember from what I said, the ice caps are not connected to anything. Like on Earth, we have Antarctica, which is also a continent. But on the made-up Lapis, which is, I can just make stuff up and then it works, because I don't know that much about how planets work. But at least in the made-up scenario that I have, those ice caps are not attached to anything. They just sort of float there. Like, it's a ton of ice, tons and tons and tons of ice, just kind of floating up there, spinning around, not touching anything. So yes, there are creatures under the ice, and I have foreshadowed it a little bit. I just haven't, like, really touched on any of the designs yet. But as a quick, like, thought exploration, I guess you could call it, it is very cold down there. It is very deep down there. And a certain type of blood is very good at dealing with places that are cold and under a lot of pressure. And that is hemocyanin. So, we can just sort of subtly say that under the ice caps is not the Piscean Age. Isn't that cool? Okay, there's been a lot of text. Oh, it's only 2 texts. GT says Retula of Margarita Snail Margarites. That was the name of the picture. Okay, wait. Let me see. Redula. Let's see if we can do it, Homestuck. Let's see if we can do it. Oh. Ooh. Interesting. Hey, wait. Is this like Margarita snail? I feel like I've seen this before. Like this specific kind of snail. Let's see. We like to get distracted on Candy Egg's channel. Oh, I have seen them before. Yeah. I've seen them in pet stores before. Face. I like how they have all of this body sticking out, but then all their organs are up here. Purple. Okay. Candy Eggs has been sufficiently distracted. Home Tuck, look, I hate Friska. Friska bad, Friska evil. Friska, worst character. Yay, Nika says, oh, it's heart-shaped. It was heart-shaped. Oh, wait, I should unclick. Oh, no. Frick. Come back. Come back. Where did it go? Oh, no. Scene collection. Docs. Stats, YouTube, live, control, chat. Bring chat. Wait, docs, chat. Wait, chat. Yes, okay. We brought it back. The chat exists again. We're doing it. We're making it happen. Recursion. Okay, we brought everything back. Everything is perfectly fine. The computer is not going to explode yet. I kind of like how sketchy and blurry it is in here. I'll try not to over detail it, because I've been over detailing so many of the things. I just realized I turned off the reflection on purpose. I sort of over detailed too many things, and it really just detracts from making progress. So we're going to try to avoid that at sort of like most costs. Alright, let's sort of define around the teeth so that we can really define these teeth. It's important that they're like rounded. Because these are crushing teeth. It's really just, this creature just kind of like crushes the shells in their teeth and then just like radulas out the meat from the inside of their bodies. And that's fun. Hello, Ben. Welcome into the stream. We are having a time today. We already got distracted by snails. We are doing wonderfully. I hope you are doing wonderfully as well. This tooth is jutting out too far. Let's zonk that back in. Oh yeah, let's add some like depth like that. Actually, I don't like the depth. Wait, undepth it. I like that better. Add the depth up there. Yeah. Now it really looks like the radula like tucks down there and it goes whoop 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 whoop. Yeah. Those noises were completely necessary for the demonstration. Add in the teethies. Alright. We are adding in some darker lines. Those teeth kind of right in front of the closey bit of the mouth. Official name, by the way, the closey bit. Now, before we really define the teeth, we are going to go around the lippy bits. These are the official names for these pieces of anatomy, by the way. Let's add our vague shading. Add our shading up here. These are supposed to like jut out, so we really want it to look like they are jutting out in front of the teeth. Yay. This is what we're here for. This is what we love, we enjoy. Okay. This is not looking the best. I think I'm just putting a little too much detail into a part that is very simple. Yeah, let's define the border. The trick is to have areas of very high highlight and very dark shadow. That's how you make things look like really in front of another. Yeah. Hello, Rocker868. Hello, Rocker868. Hello. I have not seen the most recent episode of Smiling Friends. I just never saw it. I've been wanting to get that DVD with all of the episodes. Actually, I should probably check to see if they have one of season 1 and season 2 now. Yeah, random mouth detail. Yeah, that looks nice. The creatures are made up, so the detail doesn't matter. And then the teeth are kind of shape them like gross plates, which is fun. Just like these enamel boulders sticking out of the jaw. Actually, I don't know if they're made of enamel. They probably are. I draw them with like a light color. And then we can really like make it look reinforced by having these like struts on the teeth. And then we can shade them to look very rounded. So right now these look like very herbivorous, folivorous teeth. We'll get them to look very nasty and bulbous. Ben asks, is this a cover crawler? It is indeed a cover crawler. A very derived one, but it is indeed, and it is also eating a smaller cover crawler. Or about to, rather. Andrew says it looks like it kisses beehives. It does. I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Okay. Candy Eggs predicted reality. Hold on. Sneezing? Almost. Maybe. Honkin'. Chonkin'. She's dying. Okay, we are on it. So I'm gonna add some like wrinkly bits because it's sort of like the lippy part is supposed to look very, very tough and rugged because a lot of these creatures have spines. And then like the in between part of the jaw is pretty soft. I'm kind of just adding squiggles, but that's how drawing is. If anybody wants to get into drawing, drawing is just squiggling, but in a controlled manner. Ooh, GT says question. Awesome. Is this my first Spec Evo project? And could I give a few tips how and where someone should start if they want to begin their own? Those are some good questions. This is technically my first Spec Evo project in that it's the first one that I put more than like sketches into. I was always planning on making a Spec Evo project. I did have a different idea that got a lot of concept sketches though. And that idea was a seed world. And I would definitely say seed worlds are very good for thinking of things. They can get pretty boring because, well, first and foremost, if you make a seed project, the most interesting thing you can put in is a bird because birds are like the most derived of the vertebrates. They don't look anything like their ancestors. But when it comes to birds and a lot of animals that are very derived, they can't really change their anatomy very much anymore. So if you have a seed world, you sort of get into this issue where it's like, but birds cannot like move their spines. Birds just have a neck, they have a mouth, they have a tongue, they have two legs they can use for walking, and they have arms which are for flying or for almost nothing else. And they have such advanced breathing that they can't really burrow effectively. It would require too many changes to their anatomy to make a bird mole, for example. They lay eggs. It is possible for them to stop doing that, but the humps over which you have to go just makes it really hard because everybody wants like penguin birds, right? Or penguin birds, whale penguins. And that has sort of like always been the big Spec Evo, what if birds were whales? But we already have dolphin birds. Things like grebes and loons cannot walk on land. They only touch anything resembling land to put their eggs on, and that just works for them. You have entire species of birds that live entirely in the open ocean, but they come onto like a raft of something or onto the sand just to make eggs, and then the entire rest of their being is being in the ocean, and that's basically already what a bird whale is. But let's get more back on track. Candy eggs. Answer the question, you dumb bitch. So my original seed worlds I called bunny worlds, and this is all leading up to the advice. Now, bunny worlds was sort of this idea like, wouldn't it be cool because everybody has these seed worlds that they do for Spec Evo to pretend like they're all connected, like there is this foundation that created seeded worlds for the future, and then humanity like left the Milky Way or something magical like that. And I sort of based it on the idea where it's like, well, people can sort of vote what animals they want to ensure go into space. So that's like the future can have future dogs and future cats and stuff. These teeth look kind of pillowy. But in my version, it was sort of like what won the contest was like rabbits, like domestic rabbits specifically, not wild rabbits. Um, a box turtle, because kid me loved box turtles for some reason. And that is what the world was seeded with. Uh, the predator that was chosen was some kind of snake. I don't remember. It was big enough to eat a rabbit. Pardon. But on my seed world, there was like only sedges. It was like there was grass and there was a couple other accessory plants, but the main bit of it was like the box turtles. They sort of became scavengers because snakes like infamously will not eat things that are already dead because their bodies don't let them digest things that are diseased like at all, which is interesting. So the turtles became like scavengers. They were kind of like land vultures, and then the rabbits became like every single land niche. And there were even some like semi-arboreal rabbits, but in the interesting rabbit way, where they just like jump from the branches, kind of like pikas, I guess. And then the snakes sort of became like big marine things, and part of the plot was that there was going to be like accidentally during the plants, toad eggs got in there, so it was like the whole planet became infested with toads, and toads actually became the main predatory things. And frogs anatomy is so weird and stupid that once you start extrapolating from it, like it's like the birds from before, you can only go so far with them anatomically. Like they will continue to resemble frogs in some way, but their bodies are just so hacked up. They have like no vertebrae, and they sort of turn their backs. Like a frog's spine is like entirely made of their pelvis. This is a beautiful drawing, Candy Eggs. Frog. They kind of turned their entire back into a singular leg with two legs sticking off of it, and that's just interesting. But I ran into the issue where every time I would try and draw something for the project, it was just kind of like this animal, but it was a rabbit, so it had like rabbit teeth where they have the four incisors on top, two on the bottom, and then molars. And it just kind of became, I'm just kind of rehashing real things every single time I try and work on this. And the snakes sort of became like mosasaurs, and I was like, oh, but that's kind of expected and kind of boring. And it really just gave me a lot of interesting ideas for what to do for this project. Now, I can't explain a lot of them because they are spoilers, but I would say thinking about a seed world and just drawing ideas for it is a really, 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 really good way to get ideas. After that, just like research fossils. Fossils are weird. Fossils are interesting. And there's all sorts of things. One of my favorite things about fossils is that coral keeps evolving from different things, and then they keep going extinct, and then they get replaced by new things. I forget. I think it was the Triassic or something. At one point, coral was clams, and that's awesome. So that would be my best advice: is look at fossils, and then practice doing sketches with like a sea world, like extant creatures. Like see how you can push anatomy that does exist and cannot change very much, and see where you can take it. Because once you can take that and extrapolate onto it without just like adding new parts of anatomy, that is what Spec Evo is. Yeah. Let me look at some other questions while I slowly sniff all of my being. 64 Crusader says, "Hey, Candy Eggs." Hello, 64 Crusader. I'm drawing something for the next video. Awesome. And I was wondering how big the Vathis are in comparison to the Lepiscus. So, uh, I'm about to open something. Nobody look at the spoilers. Nobody look at the okay, good. It's right here. Where am I? There was no spoilers. Everyone can look now. Where's the scale chart? There we are. There's your answer. there's the Lepiscus. There's the Vathis. But I should probably reiterate, all the drawings sort of represent like one species that are the most iconic group member. So it's sort of like if you take all of Panthera and it's just like, but I drew a picture of a tiger. It's like that. Like there are ones that are bigger than it, probably. There are ones that are smaller than it. There's tons of different ones, but these are just like the sizes of the ones I specifically talk about in the video. And that's a picture of me and my Moirail. Home tuck words. Also, there's a fossil here. I don't even think this can be a fossiliferous rock, but I edited it to look like it was. Yeah. So some of them are like hilariously small. Like look at that. Oh yeah, that's just a flatworm, Candy Eggs. You can't fool me. That's just a flatworm. This net thing, we're gonna zoom into the blurry thing. This is real. I thought I made this up. There just is alga. There are alga that look like that. It's just a net. where it's like a hardened piece and then they sort of branch off of each other into a net. That just exists. And I felt big brained, but also kind of sad because I thought I made that up and I thought it was really cool. Also, Louis J. or Louis J. I'm not sure. I'm gonna pronounce you LJ. Hello, my lovely Candy Eggs. Hello. Hello, my lovely LJ. Ooh, Chickadee Stevenson says, I've toyed with a goat seed world. You see, that's an interesting one because horns are such a neat tool to work with that it's really difficult for animals to evolve horns, but once they have them, they kind of like refuse to get rid of them. And it's interesting. Chickadee also says, considering odd-toed ungulates have evolved in freaky deaky ways, that's true. They're interesting. I'm about to sneeze again. Unless I'm not. Unless I am. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm fine. 64 Crusader says, alright, either I'm drawing a massive Vathasnusian or a tiny Lepiscus. Okay, well, there is nothing says you can't draw both, 64 Crusader. Well, I'm glad my thing is open on a different file than a different storage thing than all the spoilers, so I can like continue to open the images without scrambling through turning off my screen first. So that's good to know for the future, because I do just kind of have all of them with their full resolution pictures and their placeholder names just out there, and their placeholder names kind of just like say what they are most of the time. Like, what ones do we have here? Oh, I skipped those, so I haven't drawn those yet. Oh, well, there's the fun name. This one, which is loading in. Okay, no, it's not. I missed. This one that we can't see the full image of. This is one of the only ones that doesn't have a placeholder name. It's called a wormhole assassin. Because that's fun, because it eats worms. Egg. It's not an egg, but it looks like an egg. And that's funny, yeah. I'm glad people really like a lot of the creatures. Like, obviously, the Lepiscus was conceived of as one of the first things that I wanted to do for this project. Actually, one of the other first things I intended to do for this project is going to be in the next episode. And they have, like, a single pencil drawing on my Instagram from, like, 4 years ago. Most everything is not from that long ago. Like, I wasn't thinking about this project for that long. It didn't have a name or anything. It was just like a doodle I did. And the Lepiscus is obviously designed to look like a flying saucer, which is often not the best way to design for Spec Evo. Like, having an idea of, like, I want it to look like this, but I am more of a cartoonist, and I do really like character design, and the fact that the alien looks like a flying saucer is, I almost exploded, is fun to me. And I'm glad that people really like it because of that, but also that, oh, who was it? I just looked. 64 Crusader, that you like the Vathasnusians is very warm fuzzies to me, because that is one where I just kind of made it up in like 40 seconds, and the whole bit with comparing it to the photosynthetic ones, the sea lemons or whatever I called them, I sort of made that up way into writing the script, trying to find out a place to put everything, because I draw everything and then I figure out how the script is going to work, which is not the best way to do it, but that's how I do it. The fact that you like that one enough to choose to do that one is super awesome. Chickadee Stevenson finally managed to send the carpet crawler image. I have it saved so that I can put it in the video. I'm yawning right now. Your bitch is tired. I have it. I have not checked that email in a while. The Candy Eggs Connector, whatever it was. So I don't know if anybody else has sent anything. But you were the first person, Chickadee Stevenson, who I say as a full name. every time because I'm obnoxious. And thank you very much for sending that over. I knew that I needed to find a way to get people to be able to send it, and I knew I didn't want to make a Discord. A lot of people, or like 3 people, have asked, why isn't there a Discord? As mostly because I work with children and I don't want to be responsible for a server that contains children and adults in it, because that is like my personal hell. Andrew says, I'm sure that the cover crawlers would have a coelom to protect their organs since they evolved a shell from that as well. I need new glasses really bad. And the fact that they have blood, same with the blue-blooded sea nuts. Woo! So I did not make an anatomical, like, cross-section. Like, I'm going to open this real quick. I made this for the Lepiscus. And there's going to be a certain thing like this for all of the main groups coming up in the future. I have not made the cover crawler one yet, but you are correct that they do have a coelom. And I named it Lepiscus. The Lepiscus does indeed have a coelom. I think. Oh my gosh. I do a lot of reading every time I have to use these words, so hopefully I use like the word hemocoel correctly. Did I? I don't want to think that hard. I have so many responsibilities that I am just procrastinating from right now. I need to get a passport. And that is what I should be doing. It is not what I'm doing. So we're using that as an excuse to make progress on our project that we are supposed to be working on. I say like I am multiple entities. I am just the candied egg. Ryan says watching the official Spore server start up was crazy. There's a Spore Discord server, I assume is what that was about. There's a pretty high latency on the thing just so that my computer doesn't explode, because believe it or not, when you have this many layers on this big of an art file on this sub-optimized of an art program, it takes up tons of memory, and I cannot have that much memory sponged up by the stream if I don't want my thing to explode. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking the depth this implies. I'm liking that. Looks like 2 hot dog buns. Leel let me read it. Liilovka. Lilovka. Yeah. I'm so stupid. Says, hi, I love your work. Thank you very much, and hello. I hope you weren't too saddened by my absurd butchering of your username. Feel kind of bad about that one. I stumbled over it so hard I had to go silent for a moment. Oh, gee. Spoken Claw, hello, says Kandy is many eggs, plural of egg. I am so many eggs. Actually, I should probably, like... You know what? We're going to get the Kandy Eggs lore drop today. Who wants to know why I am named Kandy Eggs? Okay. So you may have noticed in the more recent, like, YouTube video intro, there's the Corythosaurus and it's standing over a bunch of colored eggs. This comes from a project I did in early college where I was designing stuff on a box, and we got to design whatever we wanted. So I decided I was going to make a candy box, and the candy was like those egg candies, you know, where how they have like the chocolate inside and then it's like the candied shell around it. It was like that. But I pretended they were dinosaur eggs, and each color was a different kind of dinosaur, and it shows all the little characters on the back, right? So it's like, oh, you got the purple one, that's like the Spinosaurus or whatever. And the Corythosaurus was one of the main ones on the front. Or I should say, it was originally a Lambeosaurus, because I really liked Lambeosaurus magnicristatus. But now Corythosaurus is my favorite Hadrosaur and my favorite dinosaur. Hippacrosaurus is pretty up there too, but Lambeosaurus casuarius is my favorite, so I sort of changed it from a Lambeosaurus into a Corythosaurus. Does that mean Candy Eggs Sona, Sedge Horsetails is also Transformer? Maybe. I don't know. But, it comes from that box, and that box is not called Candy Eggs, but that is what I called the box. And then later I was playing Minecraft, and I finally got my own Minecraft account, and I was trying to find out Minecraft usernames on Minecraft Java, and I decided to name it Candy Eggs with a K so that it was spelled wrong so that nobody else would have my username. And ever since then I changed all my handles on the internet to Candy Eggs. It was Tylosaurus Pancakes, or as my boy Rail would correct me in saying, Teosaurus, I think is how it is. It's either Teosaurus or Tylosaurus, which is evil pronunciations. But yeah, it was Tylosaurus Pancakes before it was Candy Eggs. So now it has been Candy Eggs because Minecraft. We got more things, more words to read. Chickadee says suboptimized is better than giving money to Adobe. Yeah. I hate Adobe so much. I hate it so much. Adobe's literally like, to get a job, you need to know how to use our thing. But we change the fundamental parts of our thing every single year for no reason. Also, nobody can afford having this for themselves. Yeah, I hate Adobe. It's so stupid. I hate Adobe so much. I hate it, Charlie. I hate it. I hate it, Charlie. Ben says, I don't know that cover crawlers need a coelom. Mollusks barely have one, and they aren't that different. So that is an excellent question, Ben, or an excellent observation. Because I forget that there's only one canon one you guys have seen. I don't think I revealed any of the other cover crawlers. There's a lot of them. They end up looking like this. And this one does. I don't think the original one would. You are correct in that. But we got some fancy ones going on in part 2. This is one of the main groups. And that's partially just because I only drew 1 in the last episode. I meant to have like 4. And then I just wanted to be done with the painting part. So the cover crawler was like the last one I drew for the last episode. And a lot of the ones I wanted to make are sort of coming out into this episode now. Chickadee says, also, your Avi looks like it belongs in Paleo Pines. I don't know what Avi is. Unless you mean my comic, Tandem's Construct, which I'm gonna force everyone to look at now. That's my Homestuck. Let's just go Documents, Tandem's Construct. We get distracted. Oh, can't show the spoilers. Can't show the spoilers for that. No siree. We're just gonna look at this picture. So here's my comic characters. And I do really like the way Paleo Pines looks. I have actually been following Paleo Pines on Instagram for like years now. And the worst part is that I don't like the game. I love the way it looks, but I do not care for the Paleo Pines, the game, the way that it plays. I just like the way it looks because I draw similar to how they made the art in the game, and so I love the way the game looks. Oh, Avatar. Avi equals Avatar. Okay, that's good internet slang to know. My Corythosaurus is drawn in the same art style because it's from the same comic. So I'm glad I extrapolated correctly. But yeah, I love the way Paleo Pines looks. I just cannot stand the game. It's so boring to me. I just watched on YouTube so much of people playing the demo. I was like, oh no, I never actually bothered to find out what the game is about. I just liked it because it looked nice. And that's my internal little tragedy. I'm going to call you Lee, person whose username I butchered worse than everyone else's today. You said it right and you're not stupid. I don't know which part you're saying. It might be the Tylosaurus, maybe. Who's to say? Spoken Claw says, I love lore. I love egg. And I love candy eggs. I love it, Charlie. I love it. That has become a vocal stone. Doing Pim voice. It's not even a good impression. That's the best part. Uh, Alpha Zeno Pete says freaky mouth as you join the screen.
That's pretty freaky.
That is a hilarious way to enter the stream. Just like, oh look, the thing from the other stream, and now let's look at it, and it's just this obnoxious mouth creature that does not look too much like a mouth, looks a little sus. Malicious audio jump scare. Oh no, did I lean too far into the microphone? That was really a bad idea. Oh no. Jared says, don't kiss it. You can't tell me what to do. Jared also says, I'm happy for the cover crawlers. Their group wasn't very diverse last episode. Yeah, I really meant to make more, and then I just didn't. I just kind of said, there's more. They just kind of appeared. They meant to have transition forms too. They just kind of went from a circle to that immediately. Where was I? Jared says, tried the game, it was too kiddo for you. Understandable and also relatable. Like, I play some games that are, like, very, very babyfied. Like, I just pet my Pokemon in every single Pokemon game that I can do that. But, I don't know. Part of the reason my comic, like, looks the way it does, because I think it's really fun to have, like, a really adorable art style and then have, like, really dramatic and terrible things happen in it. And that is not what the game is about. Bloody Pigeon says, alright, hear me out. To which I retort, bone crushing teeth. Jared says, hi, Bloody Pigeon. Oh my god, do you guys know each other? That'll be interesting. Jiggity says, I'm also trying to draw awesome, but Gandalf is napping on my toilet. I feel like we talked about this last time. Is Gandalf a cat? He's fuzzy and cute. I'm guessing this has to be a cat, right? I didn't just like make up this information. Lee says, do you have a job or do you still go to school? And if you don't have a job, what is your dream job? So that is a good question. Unfortunately, I have a job. Or, well, I guess, fortunately, I have a job. Unfortunately, it is not very reliable. I am a substitute teacher. So that's fun. So I spend a lot more time around teenagers than I kind of wish I did. I have been bullied a lot more by teenagers than I thought I would at 25 years old. But I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. It's not that hard. I have learned a lot about how to be social and talk confidently. Um, I'm a very anxious person. I've been starting to get over a lot of that through that. Like, I have to talk to entire rooms of like 17-year-olds who don't want to listen to what I'm saying. And that has done amazing things for my confidence and amazing things for my ability to not give a shit. And also just like, you meet a lot of cool kids. They're fun. They have so much going on. And it's just like, my favorite class to go into is the art class, obviously, because art was my favorite class. And when I went to high school, there was a different art teacher every year. It just kept switching out. And now the high school closest to me has had a consistent art teacher who is fantastic. And every time that art teacher is out, I'm like, please, can I do it though? Can I do it? And I just love talking to the kids. And it's also like, I'm kind of infamously known as the Homestuck substitute, and that's funny to me because Homestuck is something that will never die. And when kids see an adult like it, they kind of like gain the realization that Homestuck is kind of old at this point. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love seeing the art kids make so much. And the art teacher is so nice. She lets all the kids make like fan art of stuff. Like they get to make things that they're passionate about. Uh, one kid's drawing was just like a bunch of pictures of Sans Undertale, and like it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Ironic art is like one of the best things in the world. Also, I don't go to school anymore. I have a degree that I don't want and a thing that I don't like, which is graphic design. Um, and if you don't have a job, what is your dream job? I mean, I would love to just like make art projects like this one and then have enough money to live off of, which will probably never happen. But if it does, that would be super awesome. Because I could just do the thing that I spend infinite hours doing for no reason, but then receive financial compensation. That would be awesome. Okay, I'm messing up something. Ah, that's why. The gum was not shaded. Spoken Claw, bone crushing teeth. Okay, you might have to hear. At least this is an authentic hear me out and not just a hear me out that's a real person. And it's like, okay, well, that was kind of mean, but Chickadee, he's a Savannah Maine Coon. Ooh, that is an interesting cat. Also, place the nerd emoji picture above me because I knew what both of those cats were. That was an interesting cat. Charid, I know Bloody from the Bibleridian server. No way! I was so tempted to join the Bibleridian server so that I could make a fan art for it, but then I just kept forgetting, and then every time the new video would show up, and I was like, ah, I missed the deadline. I always did want to add my own picture to Bibleridian's thing, but I just never did. I've been following Bibleridian's project since like the second episode of the Alien project. What is it called? Alien Biospheres. Rocker868 says, how long does it take you to draw a creature? So on pencil, like, depending, but on pencil it's sometimes like 10 minutes, sometimes like 30 minutes, depending on how much brain I have to put in and how like confident I am in my brain idea of the design and the pose and everything. But the actual drawing part takes like a final painting takes anywhere from like, how do I even estimate this, like 4 hours maybe at the quickest to like well over 20 hours. I put way too much detail in this and it's driving me insane. Oh my gosh, I've stated before, I'm pretty sure on YouTube, like, I don't really like drawing realistically. I like to draw cartoons. And I like to draw cartoons very loosely. So drawing realistically is incredibly draining, as is probably evident by the fading hopefulness in my voice as we get to like the more complex detail parts of this. At least it's reflected, but like if we stop reflecting it, that's how much I've shaded so far. Uh, Ironically, the coloring only takes like an hour or an hour or a little more sometimes, depending if I like am trying to replicate a pattern or something. But the art takes so long, and the worst part is it doesn't take very much brain power to shade, so it's just like boring. Yeah, that makes the tooth look round now. That's good. These teeth are supposed to be round. They're not supposed to be leaf shapes. That's a different cover crawler that you guys haven't seen yet, and I'm not gonna show it. Candy Eggs makes gross noises into the microphone. Challenged impossible to not do that. Oh, I'm supposed to read things. Chickadee says, you borked your back when I was 25 and live off the old dole up here in Canada. Make it hard to... I don't know what the old dole is. I'm imagining the banana colonist company. Monkey ball, super monkey ball. I don't know what that is. Probably a Canada thing. Oh, there was another Canada thing we were talking about last time. Was it? I think it was Canadian bacon, and how in Canada they don't really call it bacon. It's just like Americans made it up. I think that's what we were talking about. Anyways, unfortunate. IC1101. Interesting name. I see the finworms are doing some stuff. Yes, and you love it. You're a big fan of arrowworms. That's awesome. I don't know if it was you. Somebody in one of the comments brought up that there's like a giant prehistoric arrowworm that's like a foot long. And I didn't know it existed, but it looks really cool. And I am glad somebody pointed that out to me because it's just like, I didn't know there was a giant arrow worm when that's basically what my project is with the fin worms. They're just arrow worms. So that was really cool to figure out about, to find out about, be told about, whatever words. Yeah, these teeth are looking round now. Oh, we're getting stuff. We're getting stuff. We're getting stuff. Bloody pigeon, alien biospheres. Yes, that is the name. I sometimes know names. There are two servers for the project: the Bibluridian server and the Tira server. The Tira server was made for the series, while Bibluridian server is more for his conlegging. Okay, it is interesting how that's like Bibluridian's favorite thing, because that's like the opposite of my interest. I feel so bad. It's like every time one of those videos. Apologies. Every time one of those conlang videos shows up, I'm just like, I don't, but it's so confusing for my widow boy, you know? I don't want to do it. It's so confusing. But, I always watch the Alien Biospheres. Deneth _2. Since you mentioned Bibluridium, what's your opinion on conlangs and linguistics? Oh, I sort of started answering that. I think it is super cool. It is amazing and fantastic, but I can't follow it, and it's hard for me to even think about. I can't even type English properly. If you look at the subtitles for the Exobiology episodes, you'll see that my use of commas is terrible, and I just don't understand how they work. Nobody ever directly taught me how to in American school, and I have just dealt with it. Don't look at my commas. I don't understand how language works. I took 2 years of Japanese, and I barely understand any of it. 私の日本語はとっても悪いよ. And I don't even... Language is so hard for me. I'm so stupid. I think it's super cool and a great artistic expression, but I just cannot follow it at all. Ryan Cossack says, well, they're making additional mini projects, so you might still have a chance for the art. Ooh, perhaps. GT. I did watch Alien Biosphere also since episode 2. Awesome. Hard to believe it's more than 5 years old. I guess that makes sense, but that makes me so sad. It still feels like just yesterday I was like, whoa, look at this cool thing I found on YouTube. Chickadee says, I'm on disability. Good. That's great that you've got on there, though. I don't know too much about that. Like, especially America is terrible and different. But that sort of benefit is necessary in your case, and I'm very glad you have access to it. Jared, Jared, then I'm on the tier server. Awesome. I probably don't want to join random Discord servers, but I might. Maybe. I see 1101. Oh yeah, Timur Bestia. I think that was you. That would make sense. That would make sense since you know what it's called on hand. As was probably evident, I just copy paste these into Google Images. I don't actually try and read them. I am so bad at pronouncing. Ombra track 132. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Has carcinization hit Lapis? Yeah. Crab. My voice cracked. I'm an adult. Gandalf's chewing on your arm. Oh no. Authentic cat moment. Ben, Canadians do call Canadian bacon that. They are really proud of their one original food. I am amused. I am amused by this jest. Spoken claw, from broccoli shape to pebble shape. Real. Chickadee. Naughty teenage kitten. Understandable. They bite. They just bite things. Bloody Pigeon, yeah, Jared, you're not on the Bibluridian server. You're on Terra Speculative World server, where I am the admin. Oh, nice. We got an admin. Got some high-ranking officials in the chat. I'm gonna get back to drawing. Just wait. I gotta read all this stuff. Axis tier oracle. Can you do know what this looks like, right? Yeah. Also, there's one that accidentally looks like a giant uterus, and we're just gonna deal with the giant uterus. This does in fact look very sus. But it is kind of just like the result of it being a mouth that opens this way. Like even in Futurama, Leela's dad's mouth looks like this too, even though it's just a leech's mouth, or not a leech, a lamprey's mouth. It's unfortunate. We're gonna deal with it. Jared, nothing crude, please. Spoken Claw. It looks very splendid. Dennis, I have a decent understanding of linguistics. It's okay. Commas get the better of me as well. That's good to hear. Once people I text, well, first of all, when they see how I type, because I type with capitals as emphasis, like this. Oops. There, I send it there. There it is. I type like that unironically, and then once people see that, and then they see how I use commas, they just sort of stare at it in disappointment for a while. Okay, wait, I need to catch up on the comments. Andrew, your theory for the sixth tester creature is that it's a descendant of the basal wigglers or burrow worms just because they look like they can more easily become them compared to the rest. The sixth tester creature, do you mean this? very very clearly rendered thing. Do you mean this? Because also I don't want to spoil anything, and it's more fun to have people guess, because it's fun to see that people are engaged, you know? Oops. Where was I? Lady Pigeon, you started watching around episode 2 as well and joined the fan art server. Awesome. After episode 5, which is around the time the server was made. Whoa. Early member. Alpha says feeling crabulous. Carcalicious definition. Make Terezi loco. I am brain rot homestuck. I'm a homestuck brain rot fan. That's correct. GT, funny story, I did find the Alien Biosphere series because of a German audiobook that was also called Alien Biosphere. That is an interesting story indeed. Bloody Pigeon with the documents open. Chickadee, IRL, there are worms named for body parts after all. That is true, the pee-pee worms, the preopulids. And we all know what avocados look like and what they were named for. Balls. Chart says, in terms of games, if you are ever interested in Spore, Elysian Eclipse appears to be a good spiritual successor. Elysian Eclipse. I'm going to write that down, because I do love Spore. Just so everyone gets a good handle of what my Google search is, I was staring at pictures of spadefoot toads, which are not toads. Where'd it go? My brain is small. Elysian Eclipse. There, now it's on my phone, so I can look at that later. Andrew Funk, the one with 3 eyes. Oh, the uterus creature. Spoilers, don't look at that one. Where? Okay, I'm just not gonna open it. The uterus creature. I cannot spoil what it is related to. That is a good idea. Ooh, ooh. I like being cheeky. I've seen a lot of people try and discuss what things are and what they're related to, and that just feels super cool that people are that invested that they not only like memorize what a lot of the things are called, which, like, to be honest, I don't even remember what they're called, which is part of the reason why I'm not giving them science names anymore, because I have to keep backtracking, like, what did I call this picture I drew? So I'm kind of just gonna like regress and give them funny names like Wormhole Assassin, the thing that looks like an egg. Okay, now we can start drawing the lippy bits that make it look like it can flex, like this rubbery skin. Yeah. Starting to get antsy. I'm starting to get antsy. Kind of don't want to sit anymore, but now I'm committed. I need to at least finish the middle part. Oh yeah, I was doing the teeth. Let's round these teeths out. Yeah, these ones down here, those aren't teeth, so those can darken up. Scribble. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. Meow. No, I don't like that. Bright teeth all the way. Let's get like these lower ones should be a little darker though. Lighten the gums a little bit. That's looking pretty good. Now let's get like the shade, the overhang shade from the lippy part. Yeah, okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. I think that's good for the cursed, terrible inside of its mouth. Actually, let me blend this out so it doesn't look too much like a line. Yeah, awesome. Actually, I'll darken this a little bit. Still want it to look like it's coming forward. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. 6'4 Crusader finally submitted your art. Gosh, your wrists hurt. Relatable. I kind of have to force myself to stop because I have like actually hurt my wrist for multiple days, which is not a good idea, and I would not recommend it. So it's good you finished it up before your wrist exploded in real life into a pile of shrapnel that Jamie Heineman has to go collect data on. Gosh, I hope people know who that is. Mythbusters reference for anybody who hasn't seen that show. Adam Savage and Jamie Heineman. I don't know how to imitate the voiceover guy. Who is the voiceover? I don't know. That was not a character. That was just like a voice. Jared, I would still use scientific names. Maybe there's a list with its common name. Maybe I have a list with its common name. Maybe. I think what I'll do is I'll like name important groups with science names. And then just have like individual creatures have funny cartoonish names. So like, well, the cover crawlers are a group, but they're like Kalima Serperia or something. Either way, I need to make like a devoted list of terms because I've sort of run out of things to call them. It's difficult. Jay says, "What a great smile." Thank you. Rocker868, I actually really want to draw a creature for this project. Awesome. So I wanted to ask what the app is called where you draw and how much the creatures can change. These are fantastic questions. This is called Krita, Krita. It is free. It is not very optimized, so it crashes sometimes, especially if you try and do animation. But like, if you're just like drawing like this, it has a lot of great tools that look like stuff. Like I'm using the Pencil 6 Quick Shade. Awesome brush. I would definitely suggest Krita. How much do the creatures change? That is a good question as well. Basically, as long as it doesn't require a new group. So, like, don't change anything fundamental, and the description of the creature in the video should still fairly well describe the creature that you draw. I like to use this example. It's sort of like a family of organisms or even a genus of organisms with other species. It's sort of like if the picture I drew was a tiger, I imply the existence of other pantherans, but I don't draw them. So it's sort of like, oh, well, there's a tiger, but you could draw a snow leopard, like a mountain snow tiger, or you could draw a lion, a cooperative hunting savanna tiger, Or he could draw a leopard, the savanna tiger that climbs trees, stuff like that. Where it's like they still clearly visually belong together, but they are from like different habitats, so they have niche partitioning, stuff like that. Yeah. um Krita is free. Ryan says, I don't know if this has already been covered, but have you thought about giving a I don't even know what my own things are called. The finworms descendant jet propulsion via their little nostrils. I have considered it. That is a sneaky thing that is not coming up in this episode unless I decide to make like 10 extra drawings, which I might do, if we're being honest. But that is something that is a secret tool for later. P.A. Naika says, I reject your reality and I create my own. Rocker says, Bloody Pigeon, thanks. Alpha Xena Pete, I am curious. Do you think there are any small/medium predatory animals from my speculative world that have large cuddle piles like white tip reef sharks do? That's an interesting idea. So, at least as of the previous episode, none of the creatures are necessarily social. Like, they don't form, like, individual social bonds, like things like sharks. I'm pretty sure sharks can do that. I feel like they do. But, like, swarming together in sort of a neutral manner, I would absolutely believe. Yeah. I mean, if you can imagine it, as long as it's not, like, a hyper carnivorous thing, like this, well, actually, like as long as they're both of a size that they cannot eat each other, I would imagine most things would just kind of like sit next to each other because they're not very high energy creatures yet. Like they have blood, but they don't have like the best circulatory systems, most of them. And sorry, they don't have the best blood either. So they just kind of like sit there, most of them. In the same way that you'd see like a bunch of crabs just kind of sharing the same space because they're all the same size, so they can't hurt each other. So if you wanted to draw that, ooh, and you want to draw it and be included, you can go ahead and you're more than welcome. Jared, I've got several lists of Greek and Latin root names for scientific names. That is awesome. I just kind of like type stuff into Google Translate until something works. I don't think I've included any ones that have any different languages because I probably would put Chinese words in there too because Mandarin sounds interesting and I like how it's sort of like a third one because the Latin and Greek root words were created in kind of a racist manner. It is sort of like, all the important scientific languages have their roots in these languages, but then it's like, congratulations, you speak one of the Chinese languages, you can't even pronounce most of this. So I think it's cool that Chinese gets to also be included, at least in like a lot of dinosaurs and stuff. That's a nice tangent, Candy Eggs. How about you draw the thing? Alpha says, very funny how snow leopards and tigers share a closer ancestry than lions and leopards. It is funny. Like, I was talking to my friend who I shouldn't name drop, I almost did. They used to work in a museum. Well, they still work in a museum. And they overheard people get into, or no, what was it? They were just talking about, like, they show children the museum, right? And they're like, and this is the saber-toothed tiger, because that's what people call it. And then they heard, like, people in the background, like, gossip about how, it's obviously not a tiger. How would you even call that? And, like, when they were telling me about it, I was like, I wish I was there to just say, like, yeah, and a snow leopard isn't a leopard. But that's what children would know it as. You can't just go around being like, and this is Smilodon, the thing you have no context for. Rocker says, thanks. Breaker of Lamps. Sorry, I'm distracted by Bringer of Lamps with the moth profile picture. I too am working on a show, although I have nothing on YouTube about it. Ooh, you should. Then because it isn't finished and you still need to learn Blender. Ew, Blender evil, Blender hard. I absolutely understand. Blender is very difficult. I've been working on a plant system by doing this Blender tutorial, and it seems really cool. So I will at least be able to make like really complex plants, assuming everything goes as I am hoping it does. Just working on concept art and story building. Concept art and story building are like the foundation. Like if you have a good concept art and good story building, it will end up good no matter how the rest of the art looks in the end. Like even if 3D is just really hard to do, if you have the spirit there and the planning there, that is amazing. That is the most important part. I say like my first episode had any structure whatsoever. My first episode was supposed to be the same episode as the second episode, and I just split them because I talked about planets too much, even though I didn't know very much about space. Um, I tried to learn. Bloody Pitches question. How did you make your VTuber model and animate it? So that is a great question. It is not free. Which, what? Candy Eggs using something that isn't free? What? Candy Eggs, what? You're spending money on something that isn't a complete waste of time and is a plushie that's just named after a penis? Item label is awesome. But it is called Honk VTuber. It's right here. So it's frozen now. It's called Honk VTuber. It was like $11. I think it's worth it. It uses a ton of what is it, memory. So if your computer is struggling to do something like I can't have this on while playing video games and recording the video games because this breaks. It just uses too much information and then everything stops working. But if you want it, Honk is great. I made it entirely out of there. And the way that Honk works is you see how I'm like moving my character with the mouse? Those are all just pieces. It isn't like a defined structure really. It's sort of just like pieces and then I root it somewhere and it's like this piece can move this much while following the mouse. And I just sort of give the illusion of it. It's way more complicated than I than it looks like it is. I couldn't make it have 4 legs because I couldn't make like the arms root to the body with 4 legs, so it's just kind of standing there and the legs sit there. But Honk is very fun and I would absolutely recommend it. It like analyzes the mouth sounds. You're not really supposed to have every single mouth sound. I do because it looks funny when I go like ow ow ow, ow. Yeah. This is the same one if anybody watches Jaltoid Media. Jaltoid Media, shout out. I love Jaltoid Media. They use the same thing. I asked them what they used and then they told me and then I got it. So you guys sort of have like a secondary recommendation from Jaltoid Media. Chickadee says Irritator is one of the best names. That is true. Wasn't it gonna be called Angatorama, or was that a different Spinosaur? Oh, my dinosaur history is slacking. Bloody Pigeon on the tier server, Biblaridian shared his source for biological names he used for the creatures, Latin and Greek rooted birds. Oh, awesome. Cherry got one of their lists from that. Very nice. Bringer of Lamps. I have a main thing already worked on as the main focus. Awesome. Bloody Pigeon says honk. Yes, it is very funny that it's named Honk when I of all honking people use honk. The reason for the username is because of the best meme in existence called the lamp meme. Yes, I love the lamp. Charlotte says, suggest asking Artifexian for stuff about play tectonics. Oh, I already have an entire like playlist of world building stuff that is mostly made of Artifexian videos. It is beautiful. Photoshop. So I used to have access to Photoshop when I started this project, and I had like the whole file for the planet and all the tectonic plates and everything documented. But then Photoshop not only got rid of their 3D capability, but they also got rid of my subscription from my college. So that information is unsalvageable. I will never be able to find out what that looked like. So I've just kind of been recycling the same old images of what Lapis looks like, and I need to just make a new one. I need to just like recommit to making a new one on like a flat plane and deal with it. Ew, that looks bad. Yeah, I like this like rubbery bit, like it just kind of goes to this squishy part. That was too dark. I am so infinitely distracted by this Sisyphean task. Bringer of Lamps. I'm a stick around now. New so. Oh, awesome. Thank you for sticking around, Bringer of Lump. Chickadee, there's also a prehistoric turtle that's named after the totally tubular heroes in a half shell. Heroes in a half shell, turtle power. Candy eggs making obnoxious noises into the microphone. Crusader, did you see Artifexian's latest video, Rocks? I did not. I'll have to make a note of that. There's a lot of... YouTube doesn't really show things that you're subscribed to sometimes, and I really hate it, because it's like, I just want to watch... I want to watch the blorbos from my shows. I just appropriated Tumblr culture. Everyone be proud of me. Angatorama was described as a species separate from Irritator, but it has been synonymized since it came from a different specimen in the same field. Okay, that's why. As a... Oh gosh, I forgot the arm was different on both sides. I should redo that. As a fossil fighter's what's the word I'm looking for? Connoisseur, I guess. A lot of the dinosaurs that I first heard about came from fossil fighters, but I was also a nerd anyways. It's just most of my dinosaur books were old, so it was things that like weren't valid by the time I was a kid. Like oh, there were some really cool ones that are now just Centrosaurus. I don't remember. But it was a lot of dinosaur names that just aren't valid anymore. And then Fossil Fighters was my first introduction to a lot of like the more modern ones. And the history of fossil fighters and like representing paleontology is just so interesting, because there's stuff like Angatorama in there, which is no longer valid. There's stuff like Bihuenkisaurus, which was incorrectly identified and its paper wasn't done being written when they included it. So it's just a non-existent dinosaur. And then there's stuff like the Toba Titanosaur, which has still not been described, but is still in fossil fighters. My headset's falling out. Hold on. It's just really interesting. And fossil fighters also gives like feathers to a bunch of dinosaurs, where in American media, like people refuse to do that. But in fossil fighters, you have things that have feathers that had no evidence of it, but we now know did or could. And that's cool. Love fossil fighters. It's also like the strangest game of all time. Bringer of Lamps. The Three Lord brand is the main focus of the story. Ooh, okay. Three Lord brand. I don't know what that is. Is that like an actual thing, or is that part of the story? I am intrigued. Chickadee says, Neen Jemmies. O-N-E. Ah. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. Neen Jemmies. Spaceflight fusion. Boo! I don't know what that's in relation to. Or actually, is that a jump scare? The chat is that real? Is there a ghost in the chat? Jared, I'm sorry Photoshop messed you up. Oh, don't worry, I've grown past it. It was an awful thing as someone who is like, you know, closeted transformer and very mentally bad, to lose so much of my project stuff. My Pokemon project, I forgot what it's called. Candy Eggs Pokemon. I think that's just what I called it. Almost that entire project was deleted, functionally, because I had to recreate everything from scratch. And that was very unfortunate, but other things like that Lapis's planet I could not bring back. Bringer of Lamps might be a little too influenced by analog horror. Real. Have you seen the analog horror that's just Chris Griffin reacting? That is like the funniest thing in the world to me. My Homestuck broke my sense of humor. It's wonderful. Oh, we're talking about analog horrors that I don't know of. It's nice watching live streams since it gives me a break from fighting with fellow furries and anti-furries. I like how the phrasing implies that the furries are fellows, but also the anti-furries are also fellows. That's why I laughed at it. You know what's funny? I shouldn't talk about this. I shouldn't. But there's this paleo artist that people used to compare my drawings to, because we both drew, like, back in the day, like, pretty, like, accurate dromaeosaurs. But oh, I forgot her name. Either way, uh everybody loved her dromaeosaurs, and like her drawing of Utahraptor was one of like the main pictures people would use back in the day to be like, I like accurate dinosaurs. That's right. I like feathered dinosaurs. I only like accurate ones. That sort of vibe. Anyways, she kind of got outed because her friend drew fan art of her fursona and their fursona as Nazis. She got tagged in it, and like she just commented basically like, why the fuck did you tag me in it though? And so I guess she's a Nazi furry, and it's just so funny to me. It shouldn't be. It's just like, what the actual fuck? Out of all the ways to get like outed as being a strange, awful person, that is the way of all time. That is the way of all time. I can't remember her name. I guess I shouldn't for gossip reasons, but also, what the shit? Candy eggs have bad words. Oh, I've been missing stuff. Ryan, I like to imagine in the future when we actually find alien life, the biologists will have to add a planet portion to scientific names. That would be so cool. That'd be so cool, actually. Bringer of Lamps, it's part of the story. Okay, 3 Lord Brand is governed over. The name suggests the 3 lords in the show. Interesting. Jiggity says the turtle people in the setting I'm creating are actually evolved from Myolaniidae. Wait, I know what that is. Myolania. Homestuck. Oops. Wait, no. Go that. Oh yeah, those things. Awesome. Jared, never finished Homestuck. You should though. You should though. Homestuck is great. Homestuck, brain rot for life. Actually, I love Homestuck so much. I can't allow myself to talk about it though, because everyone will just leave because I'll talk about it for like 17 hours. But Homestuck is like the most enchanting, beautiful, most thought of piece of literature ever in my entire brain forever. It is my favorite thing. Like, if I had to choose between the existence of Homestuck and the existence of, like, Spec Evo as a concept, I would choose Homestuck. Which is, like, in a logical sentence, since Homestuck does have Spec Evo in it. But, yeah. Greylock, Mandela Catalog. One of those I was scared of. I watched like the first episode or something of one of them. My brother made me watch it, and it like actually scared me. The one with the what are they called? Not imposters. But like ones where it's like it looks like the person, and then they're just like, hey, you have to come over to my house. You have to come make sure that I'm okay or whatever. Like you have to open the door. I was so scared of it. I don't even know why. But like that YouTube video scared me, and then I never watched the rest of them. I watched that a long time. That was probably like 4 years ago or something. Time goes too fast. Discovery Blends. Well, that was a sentence. Not sure which sentence it was. Maybe it was the Nazi furries. Down with the Nazi furries. Right? Like, what the fuck? My brain can't comprehend those two things in the same sentence. Exist here, Oracle? No. Read Vast Error instead. Oh, you read Vast Error instead. I read the beginning of that. MSPFA. I'm on MSPFA as also Candy Eggs, and I have my own MSPFA that everyone should read, except you should read Homestuck first. I was reading Vast Error. I think they moved it to their own website, but I started reading it on MSPFA, and it was pretty good. I only read like the very beginning, so I know like nothing that happens. I started reading it because I saw one of the S pages on YouTube. I'm talking about Homestuck. Oh no. Bringer of Lamps. I say fellow on both because I have befriended some on both sides. Oh, interesting. Okay, you're on. Okay. Alternates. Yes, it was. The Mandela catalog has alternates. That is the one I was scared of. I'm so dumb. It's like actually scary though. I don't like it. I don't like that they're treacherously trickery. Trick. They're sneaky tricksters, them. That doesn't look right for some reason. Oh, let's add like a bulb here. I'll just... The black orb. It is a black orb. That is what is contained. Actually, no, it should reflect from the bottom. And then be dark right there. That just kind of looks like an eye, but that is more close to what... Once you draw like enough random objects, you start to see how light works. I have been told that it's impressive that I just like make up shapes and then shade them, but like my shading is not that good and you shouldn't look that closely. But like concepts like that really help improve shading. Just like knowing how reflective things are and how much light can shine off of it, even if it's like a matte object. This is too contrasted. Yeah, there. Fast Error is where your name comes from. Awesome. Upside down clown face. Oh, it does. It is an upside down clown face. Eyes. These have simple eyes, kind of like the simple eyes on like insects and spiders. This looks so stupid. It looks like a clown now. It was not intended to be a clown, but it does look like a clown. Okay, now let's get like a little bit of... I didn't like that. A little bit of shading under, so it looks like the eyes are kind of like embedded in it. Yeah. Let's get a little more shade underneath the lip, so we get like this like form-fitting shape. Darken this because this is supposed to look like it's further back. It just looks like a clown to me now. What is that called? It's when like things look like faces. That's hilarious. And then this lip, blur that because this is supposed to look like a ledge. Yeah. I'll darken that a bit. So it looks like it's pointing up. Whoa! Welcome to Candy Eggs. This is how you shade things. It's an upside down three-eyed frog. Now it looks like a frog. Ooh, here's a quote from the show. Okay, I'm excited. Jared says spiders have complex eyes. Oh, they do, don't they? What was I thinking of? Is it... Oh, it is. It's scorpions. Scorpions have the simple eyes on the top, right? Because scorpions have like the... This is a scorpion. They have like compound eyes and then they have like other eyes. I don't know if those are simple eyes. I know that they are in like hymenopterans. Says Hymenoptera above the mouth. Here's a quote. Let my body take form as my bones grow. Let my body take form as my flesh grows. Let my body take form as my organs grow. Let my body be completed as my skin grows. Truly a perfect body. Valagrim. That reminds me of Bionicle movies in the best way possible. That's fun. The Makuta. Bionicle is Specky, though, everyone. Just want you to know. Okay, but it's important I don't make this look too fleshy, because it is supposed to still look like a like a rubbery kind of shell. So let's erase a little bit of this so it looks more like a flat shape. Makuta. That's a good word. Yeah, so now this is looking more like the eye is just like a lodged part of its head. It's a little too defined, so I'm gonna erase this more. Yeah, that's looking nice. That's looking nice. Yeah. Still too round. Let's get that. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Candy egg starts snickering. It does look like a spider. Get a smaller brush. Go like that. These like wrinkled bits. Little definition. Erase them back. Add like one more wrinkle. And erase it back. Technique. Awesome. That is looking cool. Of course, now this is looking like not detailed enough, so I need to define the inside more. No, that doesn't make sense. Or does it? No, it doesn't make sense. Actually, I'll do like a little, whatchamacallit, like the, put it down in here. Like a little fleshy part. Like a siphon. And then I'll sort of brighten that so it's like it's reflecting off of the siphon. Then I'll add like some reflecting off of that to imply the detail. Yeah. Okay. As negative thoughts grow, let my body be born once more. Ooh, okay. Love that. Basically, he'd be the equate of an angel and a demon put together. Very cool. That is awesome. It does. It does remind me of Bionicle in the best way. Bionicle is so cool. It takes itself so seriously that, like, you just get completely immersed in its worlds. I love it. Oh, I like that. I like that little definition. It doesn't need to be that much, though, but... There. Yeah. Now let's lighten up this part, because this is, like, directly in the sun. And now we go back in and add our details. Because the brighter it is, the thinner these wrinkle lines need to be to imply that they go down. Otherwise, it just kind of looks squishy. But we need it to look like thick skin. Yeah, that looks cool. Now I need to... Let's reflect a little bit of the light over here from the ground, maybe. Lighten that up. That was too bright. Lighten that up, lighten it up. Let's get that. Awesome. Darken the inside. This is Candy Eggs using 99% of their brain. Oops. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Let's get that. Make it look like it's shining over those wrinkles so we don't see them. And that is beautimous. I said I was going to make this drawing fast, and I just spent all this time making the first of many faces. Ben, I'm going to sound stupid, but it looks like the blue guy from the Garden of Van. Oh, wait. Wait, no, it's Garten. Of Van Blue thing. My theory for the mysterious blue thing. Okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. It looks like a spore creature. beautiful. That's fun. You see, it's fun when you have like these very strange character designs because everybody sees different things. Like we saw the clown, we saw the frog, and now we're seeing Garton and Ban. It's wonderful. Now I like that shade, yeah. Now we need to add the shading of the leg. So let's like block in our shading. Looking nice. It does look like a spider. Rocker says, do you know the game The Sapling? I have heard of The Sapling. I'm pretty sure I follow them, the person who makes it on YouTube. It's pretty cool. I've never downloaded it because I don't think my computer would like that. But it seems pretty cool, and they've been getting good updates. It's looking a little off. I need some more shading actually under the leg, that's why. Like we can have our shading right there, but it needs to exaggerate the form with the shadow, not just have the form shadow. That's a little too dark. But I do want to emphasize this form, so I'm gonna have to reflect some light like that. Shading. This is really dark though. What if I sort of scribble it lighter everywhere? Yeah, okay. Oops. Okay, we are getting here. Let's emphasize this dip again. And then emphasize the uppy bit. We are getting there. It turns into Kandy Eggs ASMR every time I talk quiet. I have an ASMR channel, but no one's allowed to see it. I think I deleted it, actually. Understandably so. Alright, let's add our shading, our light highlighting here. So it looks like it sort of falls into the shades. Oops. Sort of add one more there. Awesome. Okay. Oh, we have some more stuff. It's a very nice spec-evo game. Yeah. I think there's been so much stuff added. I don't remember if flying's in there yet, but I know that was a thing. Oh, Jared has the sapling. Awesome. GT, scorpions can see different between light and darkness and also movement. Does the cover crawler can... Okay, so does the cover crawler only see light and movement too? That's an excellent question because, guys, I haven't pointed out something that this design has. These are its simple eyes, right? These are just the ones that make sure it is putting food in front of its mouth. And then it can see obstacles clearly. I have edited it a bit, but these bumps sticking out, those are complex eyes. Or lensed eyes, whatever they're called, omatode? Compound eyes. Those are compound eyes on the leggies, so that it can just like gaze down and see where it's putting its leggies and grab stuff with its leggies. So this has these very complex eyes, but it also has these very simple eyes. It is like has a constant stream of visual information all around it, and I think that's really cool. Arter says, do these creatures have contracting fiber muscles or hydraulic muscles like a starfish? That is also a good question. They have contracting fiber muscles. Yeah. There are creatures that do have hydraulic muscles. But I don't think I've even explained that. I just kind of call them jelly things. Like, I can't show spoilers. I almost did. I almost got it up. But there are ones that like move water to make their muscles work, basically. Figo, hello, welcome to the stream. Niche Spec Evo game mentioned is summoned from the Shadow Realm. Good, you are summoned. GT, it looks like a spider with a sus organ on its face, like something H.R. Geiger would design. Thank you very much. That's actually a very nice compliment. Token, I just joined in and my brain's already going to inappropriate place. I love how everyone goes there immediately. This one, like, at least this one has the excuse of it's supposed to look pretty disturbing. But it is funny how consistently everyone is seeing it that way. Bloody Pigeon, it is unstable but fun to watch. I have played it before. Was technically staffed for the Discord. Awesome. Token, I love your art, by the way. Thank you very much. I am starting to get really antsy and I don't really want to work on this anymore, but I need to at least finish this underside part. So I think that is gonna be my goal before the stream ends, is to finish shading this like mantle-y part. I don't even know what it's called. Again, like, I don't come up with names for anything until after the art's done, so like its anatomy will not have names to refer them to until I start writing the story, basically. It will probably not have names to describe its body parts until later. Things like the finworms have words to describe their body parts, which I have recently made a picture for. Didn't before, and I also have all its organs and stuff drawn on. This group needs their organs drawn on. A couple more groups need their organs drawn on. And then that's good to go for most of the infographics for the next episode, actually. Increase the depth. Let's give it like this pocket that it like retracts the mouth into, or like the mouth can go into when it opens because it takes so much space to open. Let's add like this nice crease down here so it really looks like this rubbery flesh can separate. Actually, we should brighten it up because it's facing upward. Yeah. Let's go to emphasize that, but then let's lighten it up as we go. This should be pretty light because there's not an arm above it. Yeah, there's no arm above it, so we can just kind of go like whooshoo. Mostly just imply that the shape continues. I hope nobody's ears start bleeding because I go so quiet and then I go loud again. B.A. Nika says, human pattern recognition. Yeah. This leg is not as centered as I wish it was, so I can just move the lines. I might move the leg itself later. Awesome. It looks so much more like a spider than I anticipated it would. Oh yeah, watch it dance, everybody. Watch it dance. Actually, it's just like approaching ominously, like it's boom, boom, boom. And now it's going really fast. It's absolutely running in your direction. Now, let me make sure it's facing the right way. Yeah, it is. Chickadee Steven said your ears are bleeding because your cat yells in the morning. Relatable. Name, sus spider crab. What if the stomach extended into the limbs? That is a great idea. I'm not sure if you are referencing sea spiders or not, but that is how sea spiders work. If you ever... If you were being like big brain knowing about sea spiders, or if you just big brain created something that does exist, that is a great idea. At least for mine, like I don't really know how they work. I might make it so it's like their gonads are in their legs, because then it's like they could just like mash feet together and then do stuff. But I could also make it to where it's like, oh no, your limb ripped off because a predator ripped it off. Well, you might as well use that to scatter 10 million eggs that get stuck to your predator. That could be fun. Spore all run. Real. Yes, referencing sea spiders. Nice. I don't really have a clear grasp of how I want their anatomy, like their organs, to actually work. Because again, I haven't drawn that yet, but That would be a fun concept, but I'm not sure if I'd want to do it with them. I might choose to do it with something else. They're kind of shaped the best for it, though. Either way. Let's go ahead and start shading the underside, because this is like the really big shaded part. It kind of looks like a pie dish. What if the dads brooded the eggs all over their leggies? Ooh, that's a good idea, too. We're getting so many fun concepts. Oh, that's not the sketch. That's my lines from before. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're getting it. Sort of get this line to loop back up, get like the reflection of the ground a little bit. Yeah. Erase that. We are making it happen. This is such a disgusting creature. Like, how would you even pick this up? How would you manage to pick it up without it being able to, like, bite and touch you? You can't. It is optimal. That is actually a good way to help design things. Is just, like, think, in what way could this thing be grabbed and then prevent the ability to grab it? And that helps things look a lot more convincing. It's like a crab. Oh, you kind of grab those two edges and it's like, but the crab can now reach behind it. And it's like, perfect organism. You created perfect organism. Nothing bad can happen to it. It's like blank space is interesting. It's, especially on really detailed things, it's always good to have like big swaths of mostly blank space to really drive home what part you're supposed to look at. Which is obviously the suspicious chasm. Chickadee, I like good dads in nature. Seahorses are so cool. Seahorses are cool. I really like how, I don't think sea dragons, weedy sea dragons, I don't think they are seahorses, but I like how they do it. Like, they just kind of glue their eggs to them. It looks funny. Tongs. Bringer of Lamps has returned. Welcome back. Reminds you of an elder thing. What's an elder thing? Intrigue. Watch it go extinct due to lack of oxygen. Me describing the different bloods and how they work was definitely not foreshadowing a mass extinction, guys. It definitely wasn't. You definitely shouldn't rewatch the video and find the part where I talk about blood, because I don't even remember where that is, and listen to the foreshadow. Resetti, hi, candy eggs, you've arrived. What is the thing you were saying? I like how that pairs with your SpongeBob squinting. Or wait, I think that's the SpongeBob where it's like, ugh, who put you on the planet? But this is a crab, sort of. It's like a crab starfish. It's a type of cover crawler, if you've seen the last episode. It looks scary. It looks sus. It looks ways. We enjoy it. Actually, yeah, let's compress this down and then make this look more like this is the center point. Yeah. From H.P. Lovecraft's Mountains of Madness. Okay, the Elder Thing. The Elder Thing. Okay, we're gonna go on a Google Images search. Home stuck again. The Elder Thing. Oh my. That's... I like looking at that. Why is it so small? There's a lot of fan art. That's cool. I like that. This one, the way that this one's standing, kind of looks like the author from C.M. Kosemen's All Tomorrows. By the way, C.M. Kosemen's All Tomorrows. What even? Kosemen All Tomorrows. What do we think the author's anatomy is? Like, what is that? What is that? Is that like a jaw? Is it eyes? I have never been able to figure out what that is. Yeah. I love this design though. This design and all of its like vagueness. Its vague implications of like what could be misconstrued as a human face at the bottom is just such a good design. I love it. I can never decide if those are eyes or like a mouth or not. It is whimsical. Anyways, don't get too distracted, candy eggs. A mass extinction and a spec evo project? Say it ain't so. Bringer of Lamps. Hey there.
Hey there, fleshy creature. How are you?
Interno. It looks like it needs an 18 plus sensor bar. Lol. Lol. It's educational. It's allowed. Um, that's a human skull. It's just upside down. It looks like a beak. It does kind of look like a beak. I'm vibing with the skull. I love All Tomorrows. CM Cole's been kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? My brain is shrinking as we speak. You can hear it making balloon noises where I just lose information. CM Coleman infamously doesn't really like how it's written. But I heard he's rewriting it. And I heard this because he is. Because I know this. And I am excited. I ordered the book version with the signature. So hopefully that comes in the mail eventually. I am very excited. That was not inside this part. Awesome. This dip just makes me want to put my thumb in it. This dip right here. I just want to like jam my thumb in it and feel the smoothness because that's like the one place the creature can't grab you at until it rings a leggy up. Thoughts on Snyad? I have not looked too much into Snyad. I've kind of been like avoiding it because to my recollection, Kosman is making a book version of it. I don't remember if that's true, but that's what my brain thinks I remember. And I've just been kind of wanting to experience it all at once. I have seen images. I have not seen very many images. And I've kind of been avoiding it at all costs just so I can absorb it all at once in context. Rocker, one of your lizards is currently shedding its skin. Awesome. What kind of lizard is it? I'm going to guess, since you said one of them, I'm going to guess they're leopard geckos. That's my big brain guess. I didn't like that line. Let's delete that. Okay. Darken up the center, because that's where the least light should be. Okay. We are awesome. Let's lighten up this. Now let's darken it again. Yeah, we're getting there. Let's like lighten the rim of the underside so that we get this like nice look to it. Oops. That is bigified candy eggs. We want to smallify. We want to smallify it. I also don't know how the ads work on this. Can anyone confirm or deny if the settings I have picked have ads while you're watching it and it just turns into an ad, or is it just when you click off of it and come back? Does anybody have confirmation? Because, like, I'm hoping it only gives ads when you click on it, and then once it is turned into a video, it has ads in the middle of it, and not that it has ads. You just got an AI ad. No! AI should die. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The only purpose for AI is to make Animal Crossing villagers say random stuff. That's what it should be for. It should only be used in Animal Crossing to make Animal Crossing villagers talk back and forth to you. You guys get random ads. Okay. Unfortunate. I'll have to, like, figure out the settings for that. Hopefully people don't, like, miss, like, 10 minutes at a time with that giant unskippable ad. But we can troop through it. We can troop through it. What time is it? How long have I been here? It's 2:40. I don't remember when I started. I was on my computer most of the beginning of the day trying to get it to work. My stream wouldn't open in the beginning. Yes, got the ad right in the middle of watching. Okay. Understandable, but the Snide book has been on the burner for years. That's true. It is taking a while, but I want it. Their ads coming up time to time. Okay. And this is why you have you have ad block iconic. Ring of Labs. We grow tired, yet we cannot. I should take my knuckle out of my mouth. Yet we cannot break. We feel pain, yet we cannot die. Grimlight, we offer you aid in exchange for our eternal rest. Bringer of Lamps, you should read the Bionicle comics if you haven't already. I keep saying it every time, but it's given the same vibe, and it's a good vibe. GT, you had no ads since the beginning of the stream. That's weird. Maybe it's just inconsistent. Ryan, SpongeBob AI was something to behold.
Hey, Patrick.
No, I'm not going to start swearing as SpongeBob characters. We're going to do something else in the stream. AI is also good for finding cancers. Ooh, I didn't think about that. That's analytical AI, not generative AI. Yeah. Gone out about Coco, the awkward smile meme guy. What? The white old guy? I didn't know he was in stuff. Jared, I miss Bionicle. I miss Bionicle too. I went to a Lego store not that long ago, and I literally just walked up to Lego store people. I was like, "Do you guys have a Bionicle?" And they were like, "We do actually." And I was like, "No way, guys! They had Bionicle in the Lego store had Bionicle, and they were old Bionicles too. So I bought so much. I bought the original. I'm gonna. My brain. I know the characters' names. Oh no. Okay, so I feel so stupid. My brain is like leaking all of my information lately. The white one, the original white one, Kopaka. I got Kopaka, and that's awesome because I didn't have any of the original Bonkles. I only had the later ones because I started knowing what Bonkle was in like 2006, 2007. So now I have some of the old ones, and I also got a bunch of Rock, which is awesome. But they actually had Bonkles in the Lego store, and that had never happened to me before. I was so astounded, so wonderful. And they were also like, we have a big old Technic bin. If you want to look through that, you can pay like $8. And I like 90% recreated Pohatu from the bin. Got so close to just recreating him from the bin for $8. I still need to go on whatever website it is and get the rest of the parts, but I just Pohatu, my beloved. Pohatu is a non-binary icon, and no one can tell me otherwise. Blessed Madadui. What's the meme from Reviving Bionicle? Hail Denmark. Ryan Cossack, when and where? Assuming you meant to Bonkles, it was in a mall in Washington, and I bought like 90% of the Bonkles they had. The only one I didn't buy was like, I think it was Tahu, the new version, the big one with the gold all over it that I didn't like from the Bonkle Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. Um, Power miners are cool too. I have heard good things about power miners, specifically from Big Yellow on YouTube. We love Big Yellow. If you like Pokemon or Lego, you should watch Big Yellow. I love them. Another iconic queer YouTuber. This is too dark. This ribby bit. I'm not sure if I'm liking that. Gonna darken. No. Lighten. No. I'm floundering. Floundering! Ooh, Bringer of Lambs has more lore. The Ebony Wrath. Wait. Candy Eggs is about to sound sis. Get ready. The Ebony Wrath. Wait, I can't even do it anymore. The Ebony Wrath is one of the only blades in existence able to kill us. I can't do that for very long. We were desperate for life. We were dying, and it was our only escape from death. Now we regret immortality. Did I already read that one? No, that was a different one from the mini. Power miners. Unironically, like the Bow Rock retcon from 2008, immediately made a hybrid OC. I'm gonna be honest. I did not know any of the lore until like 2 years ago. I was just a dumb idiot, and I was like, it's the same characters, but they get new forms, which was like sort of right. But Chickadee, you got to meet Sue once. They're an MB icon. Wait, Big Yellow has a name? That is Big Yellow, right? Oh my gosh. Deneth too. Danish just sounds funny. The only IRL lang that has made me laugh. That's wonderful. I find really dumb things entertaining, so I have laughed at most languages before. Bringer of Lamps, just say them normally, please. Wait, I don't know what that's in reference to. I don't. I'm stupid. It's because I do voices every time I read them. I thought it was gonna be, when was the last time I said a dinosaur name? My brother Sparzy made a YouTube short of us playing Path of Titans, and somebody in the comments criticized how I pronounce Ceratosaurus, but it is pronounced Ceratosaurus. It's not Ceratosaurus. It's Ceratosaurus. Oh, Sue the T-Rex. I was like, big yellow name confirmed. Big yellow name confirmed. No, Sue the Tyrannosaurus. That is awesome. I've been to very few museums. There's one nearby me, which I say nearby, it's like an hour away or something ridiculous. But it's really cool. And they had like a whole bunch of pterosaurs. They had the Nyctosaurus there, like a Nyctosaurus model. It wasn't an actual Nyctosaurus. But that museum and that Nyctosaurus model is why I am like a firm stand of Nyctosaurus. And it's like every time you see a paleo art of Nyctosaurus, people just don't know how small it is. Nyctosaurus is like less than a foot tall. It's just a little guy. We talked about Danish, and then I just say everything wrong. Well, now I need to try. Jeg elsker at tale om mitt modersspråk. Yay. I like pronouncing things wrong on purpose. My name is Candied Egg. Also, it is just funny to anyone who has only seen the Exobiology project coming in here and seeing me being really stupid. This is how I normally am. I just pretend to be professional for the views. Not really, it's for like the artistic integrity, but also, oh, how dearly I have wanted to be this stupid in the videos themselves, but I've just resisted doing so this entire time. That looks fine. I'm starting to near the point at which I can't sit still anymore. But until then, we might be able to finish the part that I have set the goal to finish. Let's start with this side. Sue visited the whole city. Wow, that's cool. Oh, I forgot they moved it around, didn't they? Jared, I like bear claws. Rossetti says I'm not stupid. Lies. I forget everything. My brain is so small that it does not contain information. I have so many OCs. I don't even remember all their names. Like, I repeatedly forget the names of the things in this project. I repeatedly forget the names of characters from my comic. I just forget things. That is not dark enough for how downward it's pointing. And that's too dark. Yeah, there we go. That makes it look more 3D. The reflection coming down. Okay, yeah, that's looking more flat. Okay. I'll give that pronunciation a 7 out of 10. That is a glorious overestimation. Thank you, though. Bringer of lamps. Breathe it in. Let my body take yours. Let it fill your mind. I know how long you've yearned for power. I know. You yearn for power, Anakin. Take it. All you must do is give in and let me have your ethereal. Ooh. Ooh. Bloody pigeon. You sounded Norwegian. I don't. I simply pronounce words the way I assume they might be. Any and all recollection to real world languages is completely incidental. Loved Linkin Park Bonkle. Bonkle had the best ads. Like, no cap, as the children say. Bonkle had the best ads. Oh my gosh. Me as a kid was to just watch the ads every single time I heard the song start playing on the TV, and it would scramble on over, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I do sound like Gerbert as a child. Whoa. Guys, this toy is awesome. I never watched Gerbert. I saw a YouTube video about Gerbert. Now I just think it's funny. Oh, Chickadee, holy crap, you gotta go. Bye. Oh, ADHD brain fun, forgotten to pee. Oh no, oh no. As an iconic T-girl moment, who takes spironolactone, I know what it's like to pee every single moment of every day. I have to pee right now. You won't see me getting up until it's done, though. This is what happens when I sit still for too long. Okay, let's shade this part. Okay, that's looking pretty alright. My hair keeps falling out. I'm gonna put on my headset again. Except nobody can talk, so I can just continue talking while the headset is off. GT, do you want to pronounce more things wrong? Try. Okay. Clip that noise. We're gonna try and read this. Okay. Rind. No, I'm gonna say rind. Rindfleischtiger Rongspsuberwach Wak Ung Saufgaben Bertragungskis. Hey, Paraka. Also, Scamadapus. That sounds funny. I like the Adapus. Torin, are you there? The person you are trying to... Wait. Torin, are you there? The person you are trying to contact does not exist. Please try again. Torin, where are you? Unregistered user. That's me doing a robot voice. Which is kind of sad. Like, oh no. With AI and stuff, children of the future aren't going to have an iconic robot voice because they just sound like people but slightly weird. That's kind of sad. What happened to funny robot voice? All the AI should have funny robot voice or sound like Plankton from SpongeBob. Just write things down so you don't forget. my brain always goes like, just write it down so you don't forget, and then I write it down, and then my brain's like, okay, you don't have to remember it anymore. Like tomorrow I am supposed to play Minecraft with definitely not Pedro. I might make a Minecraft video with that. Everybody, all the one people who watches the Minecraft video. But yeah, Pedro is my friend. Everyone should look at Pedro's art on Instagram. Definitely not Pedro. Awesome sauropods. Here is a Danish word for me to pronounce. Special. The A and the E are touching each other. A specialgerpraxis planläggningsstabileringsperiod. Oh wait, that one's German, I think. GT, hast das doch Jaimlin gut gelsen, zumindest das Reint war richtig ausgesprochen. Whoa. I just realized y'all could make me say slurs. I'm gonna stop reading. I have a Schaefer. I only know how to spell it German. Fossil of an log dragonfly, but it's too small for a Meganura. There are things called griffin flies. That I know Meganura is a griffin fly, and there are probably a lot of other ones that I don't know the names of. But it could very well be a different kind of griffin fly. I think the way you tell if it's a dragonfly or a griffin fly is like where its genitals are. I'll leave it at that. But actually, no, I'll draw a picture. So like, here's what a dragonfly looks like. The male has a thing there, and then in most other insects, it is down there. Like the part where the stuff comes out of is still right at the end, but the male dragonfly like puts it on there. But that's how to tell if it's a dragonfly or not. But I'm pretty sure you can if it's a female find out the same way. But the males you can absolutely find out which one is which that way. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. This portal can't be too dangerous. I'm going in. As I'm gonna read that one as no, I can't be J.K. Simmons. That is his name, right? The author of the journals from Gravity Falls. Jared, Hermitcraft is the best Minecraft. This is true. I just finished watching the what was the newest Life series called? Oh, I'm so dumb. I just watched it. The Second Life? No, that was a long time ago. Something Life, whatever the new Life series was. I just finished watching it and it was beautiful. Hermitcraft. The Danish word for nodding sounds a bit like a bad word. That's fun. But chickadee, in the setting you're making, dragons are synapsids. Ooh. Notice how many of them are quite upright. They don't feel like lizards or archosaurs to me. That's interesting. That is interesting. I'm imagining it now. That is true. Like the like more modern dragon concept is very mammalian. That is interesting. I like that. I think I'm starting to not want to sit still at all. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna try and blaze through this now, friends. I'm going to try and blaze through this last part of the mouthy bit, and then I do need to go. We might be looking at like 10, 15 minutes, maybe longer. Wildlife. Thank you, Bloody Pigeon. I just finished watching it. It was fun. Granted, I say I finished watching it. I finished watching like the perspectives of like the three people I watch. I watch Mumbo and Grian and Scar, and that is who I watch. Jared Smallish Beans won. Awesome. I don't remember who won the other ones. Well, they're always there for me to watch again if I want to watch them again. Resetti, what's the name of this alien crab thing? So that's a good question. It does not have an official name. They all have placeholder names, and its placeholder name is Mega Carnivore Cover Crawler. Oh, it's Cover Walker because it has legs. Yeah. Jiggity, yep, they're the sister taxon of mammals. That is such an interesting way for dragons to be. I never really thought about that because I really like birds, as is evident. So whenever I draw dragons, which of course I drew dragons as a kid. I'm a queer person. I always draw them like birds and like lizards and like dinosaurs. But not really like mammals. That'll get some interesting designs for sure. Language cannot be translated. Please try again. Language cannot be translated. Please try again. System corrupted. That's wonderful. It's the sus mouth. Call it the dread crawler. Ooh, that's a good name. Dread crawler. I might call it like the crawling crumbler. No, that sounds dumb. I do want it to be something about the teeth, probably. The crusher, the cruncher. You know what it reminds me of is the Never-Ending Story. As we continue to reference Homestuck vaguely, in the Never-Ending Story, the rock thing, the boulder eater, or whatever it is. I used to have like a recurring nightmare every time I watched that movie. Who wants to hear about Candy Egg's childhood nightmare? Have we seen the Never-Ending Story? Because it is certainly something. It does have animal abuse in it. Context, important warning context. They did put a horse in the mud and almost let it drown. The horse is mortified the entire time, and you can tell. I mean, it didn't die, but there is a horse in complete distress while a child actor yells at it, which gets a very realistic reaction out of the horse. But I had a recurring nightmare every time I would watch that movie, because there's like a depression wave that makes people depressed and not want to live, and I thought that was so scary as a kid that I got nightmares of it every time, like the nothing or whatever they call it. And then I got depressed in real life. Exaudi me. I don't know what that name is in reference to. The gnarl cracker crawler. That's fun. From Latin meaning hear me out. Oh my god. Exaudi me? That's funny. I need to finish this. I need to finish it. Let's darken up those teethers. Those chompers. It looks so gross. Just how like the teeth don't even like align properly. They just kind of mash into each other. I love that. These noises are necessary. If you don't make the noises, you just the brush strokes don't go as fast. That's real. Alright, so now I need to shade under so it looks more flat. Did I see what you said about SOG? Also, I have a thing called SOG or SOGs, which stands for Spirits of Grief. Ooh. Reminds me of Spiritomb. Like a bunch of unrelated spirits, it sounds like, all merged together. Chickadee says, I think it's kind of cute. That's nice. It is fun when you get, like, alien designs like this, where it, like, looks at least pretty convincingly as a creature, in my opinion. It does get, like, the regular animal visual response, where it's like, I kind of like it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna commit to, like, the not that bright shading. Just like that more matte shading, just to make this easier to draw. But on that note, I do have to darken this. Yeah, let's get a smaller brush and do that again. There. Now that looks like its body is like tipping downward. Now let's erase some, get that smoothness. It looks like a toilet seat now. Okay. I'm seeing it. I'm liking that. PA9 because the sound effects make everything better. Y'all should hear me when I do the cartooning. Like I put like auditory effort into like every line. Actually, I did do a stream where I did cartooning. And it is probably in there, me just going like shoot every line. Alright, let's darken up this more internal piece. Lighten up the top, maybe? That like gradient going. It looks like a bruised human mouth. Andrew with the ah. Jared with the ni. Oh, hello, Arrow Arts. How are you? Glad to see you. Unfortunately, we are about to wrap up. But thank you for coming in nonetheless. This will be posted to the stream's playlist if you do want to watch it after the fact. Chickadee, I really love the cover crawlers. There should be one that's like a decorator crab. Oh, that's a fun idea. I might have to do that. I've been meaning to like have symbiotic creatures, but I don't really know how to do that with the formatting because it's like a creature on the other creature. Like, would I just do one drawing probably? That'd make sense. Then I just put the drawing a second time. That'd probably work. Yeah, I'm liking this because you get like the implication that it does bow out a bit on all the bottom pieces. Get some reflection of the ground. Yeah. 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 Let's shade this a bit more because it's not in, or it's not under the leg, but it is still dented. Or embossed, I guess. Alright. Well, I think this'll do it, everybody. If anyone has any like last questions, last conversation bits before we wrap up, go ahead and ask him now. Otherwise, we're starting to wrap up. Oh, I forgot to draw the lines and the lippy things. I'm gonna do that while we're all adding our final thoughts. Meow. Thank you to everyone for showing up, by the way. It is always a joy. It makes it significantly less boring because normally I don't sit down and do it for this long uninterrupted just because I can't sit still that long, and I'm about to go stand outside with my cup of water while I drink water, because I have to drink so much water. Spironolactone is fun. Well, I say that, but like, we live in the future. Being Transformer is awesome. That it's even like scientifically possible. So I should be grateful for that. And I am. But I do have to pee all the time. Bringer of Lamps. Vortex isn't what they seem. Mark my words, Alander Merrick. Mark my words. Vortex would be a company. Oh, that's a that's a fun name. I didn't even see it was TECH. I wrote it with a K. I probably have dyslexia. Because Vortex and Textbook together, it is a very catchy name. Jared, we demand a shrubbery. A shrubbery? Monty Python moment. So I have been following a tutorial for Blender on how to make plants automatically with geonodes. It's like math. And I am like a good ways into it. Like, let me show how far the ways into it I am. This is how far. Like halfway. This is an ad. No, we don't watch ads. Hey, look, a notification. Literally never perceived the voice. Well, that's awesome. I'll read that in a minute. Go faster, ad. Why is it unskippable? Oh my god, there's a second ad. Is that Adam Sandler? Why this whole time cartoon Adam Sandler is like ogling this snow globe with little homunculus entities. What the hell? Why is cartoons Adam Sandler? I need to save to watch later. Cartoon Adam Sandler jump scare. I'm this far into the tutorial. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm further than this. Wait, I lost my place at some point. I'm not gonna click on it. I think it was at adding noise. I think I was at here. So I'm like almost done, and I should be able to make my own pretty soon. But for the less complicated plants, I will probably still have to draw them, which sucks because I hate drawing repeated patterns, which is why I created creatures with 8 sides that are the same. I'm so dumb. Okay. We demand a shrubbery. Bloody pigeon. Goodbye, everyone. See you maybe in the next stream. Bye, everyone. Monday is a great day for me to stream, but I probably will do it occasionally other times. But like Monday is the expected time for me to do it if I do it. I almost didn't. I almost couldn't get it to work. My computer was exploding. It was strange. Farvel is Danish for farewell. Oh, that's nice. Farvel. Oh, it sounds like farewell. Farewell. That's fun. Goodbye, Bringer of Lamps. Goodbye, Chared. GT, goodbye. It was a fun stream, even if it's 11 it's 11 p.m. Oh no. Sorry you have to wake up early. Have fun tomorrow, or at least try to. Federico, what the Sigma? Bringer of Lamps, it's 4:12 p.m. Nice. 6-4, bye, Kandy. Goodbye, 6-4 Crusader. Andrew, you keep the one with the crazy mouth. You get rid of the one with pincers. The pincer one looked too silly. I might show it as like a bonus episode, like a lot of the concept art. Or actually, it might be fun to have like the concept art go with the credits and then just like flash images. But it looks really stupid, the old design. Charet, it's 3:15. Vulgarius, bye. Vulgarius, rocker. No, bye. Ryan, that's a technical foul. Let me say it like a football. That's a technical foul. That wasn't even close. Bye. Bye, BA Nika. Gosh. GT, bye. I didn't know that's how you spelled that. Chickadee, waves, bye. 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 Goodbye. Just turn into Gur. Goodbye. Let's all say goodbye in the screen where I get to look at you. Whenever I talk, I need to remember to just make the creature stare directly into the camera. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye. Have a good day. This has been everyone's 8th or so favorite queer, Candy Eggs.